Hello everybody, it is Monica with Presley Girl Creations. I am finally doing a new video. Can you believe it? Actually, my ring recorder device, whatever you call it, I broke it several months ago when I was moving things around, and I just now got a new one. So that's the excuse I'm going to have. I've been busy and I've been crafting, and I just thought I would get you guys to join along with me and see what I'm up to. I'm going to try to make a couple of videos today. We'll see how that goes. But the first one is going to be something that I came across, and as many of you know, I do other things besides journaling. So I do work on some journaling, and I'm still trying to work on this one. I'm not going to go over this one today, but this is my vision that I'm working on right now whenever I feel like it. But I actually moved into a new space, my little shop, my little crafty vintage shop or whatever. I have moved that. It's been doing very well. And so besides the vintage things I sell, I'm always upcycling and making things my own. So with that being said, my goal today is to just show you something I found on the internet. On Google, there's several videos, but I came across these egg carton roses. And I had some egg cartons, and I wanted to play around and see how they did. I mean, I think it's a work in progress, but they really are kind of cool. So I thought I would just bring you along and show you how I made it. Again, I found this video. I've watched several, so I can't tell you exactly who, but if you go on YouTube and do egg crate roses or whatever, you'll find them. But this is what I'm working on right now, is just creating some of these. I make a lot of flowers from fabric, and I really liked the look of these for some of my upcycled things that I thought I could use them on. So these are the ones I've already made. I'm not sure what you think about them, but they were pretty easy, and I just threw some paint on them. This one, I threw one kind of paint. I don't really like it. It's trial and error, so I'm going to put some white on it. This one's just white chalk paint. Kind of did a little bit on the back to make sure, just depending on what I want to stick it on. And this one, I had the white chalk, and I put this one on top of it. So there you go. So I thought I would just show you how I made these. And what I'm thinking about doing with them, I had some leftover, I hope I can get this in the screen. I had some leftover baskets here from some Easter crafts I was doing, and I'm really thinking about just shabbying these baskets up with some of these for just decor. Or I make some shabby letters. Here's an example of one that I made that's an S. You know, just using some fabric. You can hang it up. You can put it in your room. But I do this as well. And I have a really big M that I kind of might keep for myself because it's my name. And I was trying to think, instead of decorating it like that, I may think about covering it with some of these and just really having these all over it. So, you know, there's a lot of different things you can do with these. So this is kind of a paper craft. So there you go. All right, let's get started. Enough with the rambling. So what you have to do, it's not going to work. I don't have plastic egg crates. I use these. I'm a brown egg girl, so the kind of corrugated type is what you're going to want. So I've been saving those. And also what you're doing is just ripping off the top part, because you are going to use it. So you want to rip through here. And I haven't used this part yet, but you might could. And then you have your, your 12 pack individually on its own. So I'll get 3 more flowers out of this. So for what I'm doing, it's a carton of a dozen, and it makes 2 of these make 1 flower. So that's how I made these. I do have my hot glue gun. It's over here. My trusty glue gun's over here to the side. I apologize. You can tell I've been doing this today, so I have paint on me. But that's okay. So all you're going to do is carefully tear. I noticed if I get in a hurry, I can mess up and rip into the other area that I don't want to. Okay, so let's set that to the side. It looks wonky, but that's okay. And really, you just have to play with it. I like that they all look a little different. You can paint this before if you choose and then go back. I just painted mine after, so this is what you end up with. So you're going to tear. I'm assuming you could cut. I think I've seen both, cut and tear. I prefer to tear. I think I saw one where someone added more than these 2 circles, but for me, this was good enough. And then what you're doing is just going down between the creases and going, I don't go all the way down, I go very close. Again, you can tear. And this one doesn't have a crease, so I'm going to make one. Okay, and then I'm just kind of bending. Nothing in particular, just kind of spreading them out, crunching them up. I may adjust it a little more after. Okay, so that I have that. Looks great, right? Next one, same thing. This was a little bit wonkier, so I'm just going to work with it a little bit here. Don't really want a straight edge. I'm not going to reuse this. If you make handmade paper, which I do, I already have enough scraps. I would probably throw that in the scrap when I'm making handmade paper, but I'm just going to get rid of these. I debated whether to put it in my composter. It's that time of year and I'm getting my garden going, but I think I'm just going to get rid of those. So again, you see I'm just tearing down through here a little bit, making sure this one's a little weird, but that's the great thing too, is they're all different. And I'm just making a spot here. Oh. I hope I'm centered up, guys, and I apologize. I hope I'm not. I might tear that off. I want it to resemble some sort of petal. Okay. See how you can get wild with it and tear it up if you're not careful. So here we go. So now I'm wanting to glue these in between each other, but you kind of want to do it so that there's a petal between each gap. Let me tear some of this off. You might want to play a little bit with which one looks better on top of the other. See, I don't like that. I think I'm going with that. So I'm going to put a little hot glue right there, not much. I mean, doesn't need a lot. Okay, so now we've got that part. Now, to create this, that's where you're going to use, you know, some of the strips from here. Okay, you can see I didn't peel all my grocery store label off. That's okay. Yeah, when it gets to it, I'll tear it off. So what I did was I liked a thinner strip. I think somebody did one where they maybe did half of it. I did the whole thing because it makes this more tight in the center. It will unravel a little bit, which is what you'll see if you look it up. You can work it into unraveling. It's okay that there's writing on here, not a problem. I'm just tearing kind of a skinny little piece to the end. So it looks like this. Don't like how wide this piece is. I'm going to tear that off, and then I'm going to start curling it in. And just roll it. I mean, I don't make it, I start it kind of tight in the beginning, but then I just kind of wrap it around. I'm not really pulling it or making it really tight. And you can decide which side you like, the way it looks better. I'm kind of going towards this one, so that when you put it in there, see how it kind of comes undone? So I'm going to kind of hold it and put more glue. Kind of get around it because this one unravels. Okay, and you can manipulate the center to get it to come undone. And I tend to want to put a little bit of glue right here, so that piece is sticking pretty good. Okay. And there you go. Have a nice little rose. Now, I do play with it a little bit more. If you want to tear a little bit off, you can. If you don't like it being too pointy in one spot. And I do put a little glue in some places here, just because I'm a gluer. And I want to know it's going to stick. I don't want it falling apart, especially if it goes in my shop and I'm selling it. And then you can kind of crunch it together. Oh, wow. I feel like Pretty Lady trying to, what is that movie? Just drew a blank, y'all. Pretty Woman, where she pops that escargot across the restaurant. Did y'all know that? I think I saw that said there's another one coming out later this year with them in it. Might have to see what that's about. Interesting. But I was trying to squeeze the bottom and just bring it together a little more. I think I'm going to leave it like that. Let's do one more and then I'll paint. So, I have been super busy with life, as everybody is. I hate that I haven't made a video in quite a while, but I've been so busy with my new shop, and it took a lot to move it. I don't have a store online. I don't do anything like that. I have just my in-person little boutique, and I really love the new place that I have gone to. It's just done so well, and it just warms my heart when people buy things that I create. It just, you know, it just makes you feel good to know that somebody likes something like you. You know, we all have our little craft and do things, but it's nice to see that somebody else appreciates and likes it too. And so even though I do junk journaling, I haven't been in it as much just because this little shop, I'm there every week. I go every week and work it. And you know, I'm a thrifter, and I know if you've seen any of my other videos, oh, I love it. That's my favorite pastime. I love to go thrifting, and so I'm always on the hunt. So a lot of my time is spent, you know, checking out places, seeing if I see something that I can either work on and make into something, or is a good deal, because everything in my shop is not handmade. I provide vintage stuff. Gotta have a little something, but it's a shabby chic boutique. You can follow it. I don't have many followers. I just started my Instagram with it. I'm not on Facebook. I gave up Facebook a long time ago, and but I'm on Instagram, and you know, if you follow me, I have my Presley Girl Creations, but this one's called Presley Girl Vintage, and it's just my booth. And so I post a little bit here and there. Like I said, it's a small following. I think I'm close to 100 people because it's pretty new. But you can kind of see how I put these things that I make out there. Okay, this one looks wild, right? Not sure how it's going to turn out. That's it right there. So I'm going to be working in my garden. I have already plowed it up to let the earth breathe. I have been very patiently waiting for the frosts to go away. I believe they are out of here. So I've already started some plants. I have a little mini greenhouse, and some of my things are coming up, but some of them aren't. So I'm a little bit, I don't want to go buy plants. So I have some cute things coming up, some cucumbers and stuff. And I'm going to plant my zinnias this weekend around the garden. So I'm excited about that because I've really been wanting to get that in the ground. That, my sunflowers, my cosmos. But this wonky weather we have, one minute it's hot. Yesterday it was in the 80s. It was like 84, 85. Today it's like 60. And cloudy, breezy. And we had a hailstorm. And I know a lot of our country has just really been beat up with fire. And I'm in the Carolinas, very familiar with Western Carolina. My heart is there. It's still there. I have family that lives there. I go there all the time. It's terrible, guys. It's terrible. Still terrible. I mean, there's work, but it's just a lot. It's sad. And so our weather is just crazy. But we had a hailstorm like nothing I've had here since I've lived where I live. It was like the size of eggs, and they were slamming against the front of my house. I thought my windows were going to break. It was a little stressful, y'all. I'm not going to lie. So with that being said, everyone around here is getting their roof redone. So now we're hearing nothing but hammering and gutters and nail guns. And yes, I'm getting mine redone too. It beat up my tiles so bad, my shingles, that and my siding and gutters and downspouts and vents, holes, y'all, holes are in them. So I'm very blessed that insurance came and didn't take long to say, yep, this needs to be fixed. But everybody's so busy, we can't get ours fixed till next month because the people who are doing it are really behind. So I feel for everybody in tornado alleys and California and the flooding. It's just been ridiculous. But I know who's in control, so we'll get through it. Let's still go to Western North Carolina and just keep praying for that area. It's just terrible. All right, so all my yammering. Ooh, I got some wind outside right now. This is the way they look before they're being painted. I like the chalky look. I'm not opposed to having this shine on here. And that is one of my Hobby Lobby discount clearance. It's called Pearl something. It really looks kind of beige right here. Pearl metallic. There you go. And then I had this. But I also have this chalky whatever. You can see again another Hobby Lobby discount. Okay, so I have a little paintbrush over here with and this is my paint rag to dry. I'm gonna put some white on this because I really just don't like it with just the shine. Nah, I think I'm gonna stick with just the white. And I think I'm gonna try it with this. You can see I cracked the lid off. I've been using it. I'll just use it straight up. I have this little fan brush that I think worked better on this. I tried a traditional little brush like this, and I like it to be, you know, smattery like this, not grabbing every bit of the board. And this tends to make it cover too much. So let's see how this is. I'm not even going to pour it out. Just going to let y'all watch it go to town. And then I just touch it. And I do get glue strings. You can go back and pull those off. So you may see those as I'm painting. We'll just pull them off. So I'm just going to go in between, underneath, and this brush tends to do a good job with that. Dab-a-doo on in here. You know, that's as simple as that. I've been watching videos. Is anybody watching those eagles at Big Bear? Oh, I cannot get over that. I get fixated on it in the evenings if I'm just killing time and I want to just watch videos. I gravitate towards those eagles, y'all. Ooh. Every couple of days. I don't watch them every day, but every 2 or 3 days I tune in and I think, oh, I need to watch them more often because I think they're about to fly. They're going to be flying soon. They are doubling in size like crazy. I love watching nature like that. It's fascinating to watch them grow. I'm hoping I have a little bird nest in my rose bush, robin. She's not too happy with me because my roses are climbing roses. And they are right at my little arbor when I go in and out of my garden. And birds put nests there every year. And then they get all mad because I'm coming in and out. But you know what? They're going to have to get over it because I'm just going to be going in there. But if you haven't, go Google Big Bear Eagles or something. I have them saved on my YouTube channel. I can't remember what it's called. But I know it's Eagle Nest. They have 2 cameras. The first camera is real close to the nest. And the second one is a distant camera that's pointing to the tree. And you can tell someone's always watching them because if you watch it for any period of time, they'll zoom in and out and you can really see their growth, and I've been watching them since they hatched. They had 3, and unfortunately, one didn't make it. But these 2, oh my goodness, they're going to be something, and I'm just afraid if I don't check in on them every day, I'm going to look, and they'll be gone. Although they're moving around more in the nest and spreading those wings, and the nest is getting smaller and smaller to them, I pray they don't fall, wander around, hop around and fall, because they're way up in the air. So do you see how it's kind of shabbying up? And then these will get a little stiffer. I hope I've been centered. I'm going to have to go back and watch this and pray, y'all, that you saw it all and I didn't just move around. It's my first video since I got my little thingy. And then I'm going to paint this one because I didn't like it with just the shiny. But you know what? The color of the egg carton really is neutral. I kind of liked it too, just by itself. But my aesthetic is shabby. This is shabby to me. I thought about creating a chalk pink. I would like to see what I have, but since this is my first time making these, I was just in a grab the first thing that comes along and get it done. And then you guys were here. Okay. So I'll let these dry. Put these other 2 back over here. What do you think? They don't look bad, do they? I don't know that I like that. I'm going to put some white on it because that has that pearlesque on it, and it's a little bit dingy looking. So I want to brighten it up. I'm happy with it. Who would have thought? I'm trying to think of what made me look it up. I think I had on Instagram, probably a sponsored something that had these shabby looking flowers around a picture frame or something. It caught my eye. I follow a lot of crafters, but I feel like this was a sponsored something. And I noticed that it said from roses from egg cartons. I went, what? Y'all may already know about this, but it's new to me. So I Googled it and came up with some videos, and I watched several. I probably watched 3 or 4, and they all are kind of the same, but with a little variance. But look, y'all, I'm happy with it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to try it. All right. That's all I have for that little craft. I'm going to do another video of another thing that I've been doing and I have put in my shop. But I appreciate you guys checking out my page, not giving up on me because I've been away. But I just do it when I can get up here. But I hope everybody has a wonderful Easter holiday and time with your family and remembering the reason for Easter. So anyway, have a great day and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.